You want to do the introductions or sure. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Louisville. I'm Zoe. I'm one of the song leaders on the music team, and I'm here with Jody, my co-song leader, Bobby, our honorary song leader. We've got Connie on piano, Rob on drums, and Steve on bass. So if you are able or willing, please join us for our opening song. Come on in.
Please stand if you're able. Standing outside the door of love and mercy, you wonder if there's a place here for you. You know there's peace inside, but still you're searching for someone who understands the pain you've been through. Spirit waits with open arms. It's calling out your name. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Come on in. You'll find a place of rest in the arms of Spirit. Waited so long for your homecoming day, and knows the peace you need and the hurt you're feeling. Just wants to hold you and to wipe your tears away. Doors unlocked, the lights are on. What are you waiting for? Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. There is room enough in the heart of love for someone just like you. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on. Come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in, welcome home. You are loved, you belong here now. No matter where you've been, come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
Good morning, Unity of Louisville. How are you this morning? Yeah, let's do that one more time. How are you this morning? Woo! That's our church bringing it all together this morning. I'm Reverend Bobby Kaiser, the senior minister here, and it's just a joy to welcome you here. My pronouns are he and him, and as my one friend says, occasionally her. And you just call me. As long as you call me, that's what matters, right? Yes, so welcome to this space. Welcome to Juneteenth, a celebration today of the history of slaves in America and the empowerment of freeing them, and how we can use this spiritually as an opportunity to free our own spirits, metaphysically, emotionally, and in this very moment. And so before we begin, I'm going to invite our president of our board to come up, Leah, to just share a little statement with us before we get started this morning. Come on up, Leah.
Thank you, Bobby, and good morning. It's been my intention to get up here and say hello for the last couple of weeks. If you are new here or relatively new here, I say welcome to a community of the walking wounded and healing. That's the important part. Some of you may be unaware, some of you may be too aware. There are some challenges our community is moving through at this time. And we are doing some really incredible work to move through those challenges. Some of the things we are dealing with are some of our history and our intercultural, our organizational structures, some old wounds and patterns that we get the opportunity to heal during this time. Some of these things also are things that we have directly created some distrust or harm to one another through our leadership. And we are working really hard right now to rebuild trust, open lines of communication, and transparency moving forward. So I am incredibly grateful for this place. It is a beautiful thing to see folks come together in times of conflict and hold space and agree and disagree in love. And one of the things that undoubtedly I have witnessed over the last few months are a whole lot of people who show up even when it's hard. And that's what we get to do together. So I'm incredibly grateful for you all and to be of service as president of the board. I'm grateful to have Ramisi here today, a dear friend and teacher of mine. I know she's going to give us a wonderful message to lead us into this afternoon. And speaking of this afternoon, please stick around if you are able. We are having our second circle this afternoon, listening circle. It's going to be quite different than the last one. Tim and Rhonda Schladen will be here facilitating for us today. They are an incredible couple. They have a history of doing really great healing work and showing up together as the divine feminine and divine masculine couple that they are. So we're really going to have an opportunity today to just talk about these are the things that the challenges we're moving through. And this is how we envision healing taking place and accountability. So thank you all for being a part of this place. I love you dearly. See you this afternoon.
Let's give her a real big round of applause. She has taken on a massive amount of work since she's been in this position. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we truly behold the Christ light you are, Leah. She stepped into a time of chaos and craziness, right? And was willing again, just as everything you heard that you shared with us, take that in yourself, because that's for you too, Leah. And so I got to do an ad hoc board meeting a week ago Monday, and just to be or was it last Monday? Last Monday, yes. Time is flying by. And just to see the love and energy of these board members working together in harmony, and yet we were pretty frank with each other throughout it. And at the end, just the love, how we came all together, knowing that we are here representing the greater good and wholeness and oneness of this church. And so let us begin by lighting the unity candle. We light this candle that is symbolic of the Christ light that shines in each one of us, seeing our lights shine out into the world, out into this church, out into the circle today, being a part of the truth of who we are, and that is the image and likeness of God. And then we ring the prayer bell. And so we just feel that vibration in our souls. that energy, that noise of calmness and peace, of prayer. And we open our hearts right now, affirming one presence and one power, God the good, everywhere present, and our divine expression of that in every way, shape, or form. We come to this moment releasing and letting go of the things that don't serve us right now. And instead we focus on our presence in this room. Appreciation for our willingness to show up in this space today. Appreciation for our beloved Ramisi to step into the role of teacher, guide, loving spirit. For Gail, who brings her vibrational spirit, her music into this space today. And for our beloved Judy Paulsmeyer, who shares that space with her. We imagine what it might be like if that appreciation goes out into the world. Appreciating all people, all things, having gratitude around simply what is, not what we think it should be. What is. We feel that love and that light from this room. I feel it now. A sacred moment that we all come together, sharing our energies and our divine light. We feel that in this church, sometimes masked by humanness. But the truth is, we really are all one, loving, supporting in every way possible that we can. We hold that love and light as we move through this service and through our circle today. And so it is. Amen. He's pointing out that he's got this shirt. Stand up and show everybody. Look at that. All right. Today he's representing Unity. Where's that from? Unity of Indiana. B-Town. We got to get us some of those shirts. Yours is bigger than mine. What is it? Bloomington. There you go. Thank you for modeling for us today. Amen to that. I love it. Thank you for your commercial. We're always so grateful that you're here. Bless you, brother. All right. Good morning again. I'm your service leader today, and let us begin. We're going to do something a little different. You want to do something different today? You're like, no, change scares me. Well, we're going to do something different anyway. They do this at Unity of Kansas City North, and I just love this, and I think it's a time right now where it's important that Gene Beckner, when we did Binker, forgive me, I always say that wrong, forgive me, Gene, did a beautiful, masterful work called the Mastermind class some time back and helped us create our mission and our core values. And I just feel like it's a time that we need to affirm those where we are. So today, and beginning moving forward, we are going to start affirming those every week. Are you willing to do that with me? Yes, and then next week, we're going to add even more. Of course, it's never enough for me, right? We're going to start doing a unity principle every week, a different one. So we'll start out just affirming. People say they want to know our roots and what we're truly about. So this is a way of starting to do that. So let's begin. Can you back up for me just to our vision, Michael? All the way back. There we go. Affirm this with me together. A thriving, inclusive, spiritual community where all people awaken, belong, and flourish. Isn't that beautiful? All right, and our mission? Empowering people to live a spiritual life. If anyone ever asks you, what do you do at Unity? That's your answer. There's your elevator speech right there. We empower people to live a spiritual life. And our core values together: mindfulness, inclusivity, prosperity, and integrity. Thank you, Jean, for helping us know those and together create those. We invite you to listen today, to listen to whatever resonates with your heart. Because wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you're welcome here at Unity of Louisville. If you're joining us online for the first time, this is a great opportunity for you to click share and share that experience so other people can also experience from our inspiration and connection right here at Unity. Behind every service at Unity of Louisville is a community of hearts working together. Today's message will be shared by our beloved Reverend Ramisi Umandavi. And we are also blessed with special music from Gail King and Judy Paulsmeyer. It's going to be fun. So we got special goodies for you today. We also give thanks for our music team, hospitality team, audiovisual crew, readers, and every person who quietly supports the mission and getting this church up and running on Sunday mornings. Our prayer chaplains are also here to pray with you after service. They are wearing blue prayer shawls. And chaplains, would you please rise and let us acknowledge you so that we can see? Yep, there we go. And Linda's got on the shawl today. But any of them are always available to pray with you. Let us take a moment just to appreciate all the many hands and hearts that brings all this together. Thank you. This week's ministry highlight. I didn't know this was going to be mine, so it's good. Love it. The special events and fundraising team is all about bringing joy, connection, and celebration to our community. Since its founding in 2023, this dedicated group has lovingly organized a variety of gatherings throughout the year, each one designed to uplift spirits and strengthen bonds. From the Alan Shearer Gala that's coming up on August 1st, to the Festive Fall Festival that Jean has facilitated, our cozy quarterly potlucks. These events are all moments where laughter, love, and unity shine. While the timing and location of each event may vary, the heart behind them remains the same: to create spaces where fun and fellowship flourish together. These celebrations offer meaningful opportunities for members to come together, share their gifts, and co-create experiences that nourish both the community and the soul. If you feel inspired to be a part of this joyful mission or want to learn more about that volunteering, please let me know. This is like a spectacular time for you to be a part of this. Our Alan Shearer Gala team is off the chart. We have so much fun. You can do anything from helping us set up and do decor, helping us with food, tables. There are so many things, registration tickets. So it's just a great group. It's always been a fun, happy group. And so don't miss your opportunity. Reach out to myself if you have an interest in that. If you're with us for the very first time this morning, we are so glad that you're here, and we know that Spirit called you this morning. If you feel comfortable, raise your hand. We'd love to share a small gift with you, a candle, to remind you that the light of God already shines within you. And for our first-time friends online, drop your name in the chat so we can celebrate you too. You can always learn more about our community at unityoflouisville.org. Let us now turn to our neighbors and greet one another from our seats with a namaste greeting. I behold the Christ in you. At this time, we'll have our beloved Robert Bagley come up to do our daily word.
Thank you, Reverend Kaiser. The word for today is appreciation. And we express appreciation in many ways. The polite thank you is one way of doing it. The affirmation is, I express appreciation for my many blessings. Implicit in that is we have to be able to be aware of our many blessings. It has been said that what I appreciate appreciates. The more I give thanks for what I have, the more blessings I will discover. Practicing gratitude in all circumstances helps me realize how abundantly blessed I am. When I remember all the good that God is, more good is revealed to me. Taking a breath, I give thanks for life. When I was preparing for this, at this point I remembered the message that was given from the stage of stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Thank you, James. Because that, to me, reminds me that I need to stop and breathe, and then to think about what is in my good. Taking a breath, I give thanks for life. Opening my eyes, I give thanks for the clarity of spiritual vision. Listening deeply, I give thanks for divine wisdom. With each bite of food, every sip of water, I feel grateful for my body and physical senses. That's key, folks. There is so much to appreciate, from the small everyday things to life's most grand events. I was giving thanks this morning for the close down of I-65 and all the traffic that it has put on our city streets. And and I realized that there is somebody that is making sure that we are safe when we drive I-65. And that, to me, was the most important thing to be grateful about. Giving thanks with my whole heart brings me joy. I practice appreciation for all that I am, all that I have, and all that I do. And from Psalm 9.1, chapter 9, verse 1. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will tell all of your wonderful deeds. Appreciation, folks. It's all in the daily word.
And now we'll do our affirmation together. Can you bring that back up just for a second? I express appreciation for my many blessings. Okay, now we now enter a time of sacred meditation. As we sing our meditation song, a prayer chaplain will bring forward the prayer request.
Please join us.
I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will, I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. I am loved, I am loved, I am one with the Spirit,
and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. I am home, I am home, I am one with the Spirit. I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will. I am at peace, I am at peace. I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord.
I invite you now to take a breath. And with that breath, allow your heart to relax. Take another breath. And with that breath, allow your shoulders to relax. One more deep, deep breath in, breathing in that peace, that presence. And with that breath, let's release into peace. We come to this now moment where we allow ourselves to close our outer eyes to our everyday lives, to situations, to the outside world. And we go inward to the secret place of the Most High within us, as us. So as you continue to breathe, allow each exhale take you deeper and deeper into presence. In this moment, there is nothing that you need to do, nothing that you need to know, nothing that you need to carry. And so we relax into surrender, into openness, into ourselves. There is one presence, one power, one mind, one life, perfect peace, perfect health, perfect abundance, perfect healing. And so in this moment, we lift our thoughts and our consciousness and our awareness to the level of where the one mind, the one presence already is. We lift ourselves up from our everyday thinking and awareness. And we allow the divine to move in and through us in this moment. In and through our bodies and out and in through our lives, our affairs. This presence knows what we need, how to bring it about, where we need to be, and how to get us there from here. We relax in the knowing that we are safe. That we are okay. That we know enough. We have enough. And that we are enough. So let us take this knowing now as we move into 2 minutes of silence. And I invite our prayer chaplains, our oneness blessing givers, our energy workers forward as they surround our sanctuary with their energy and their light. And so for those of you in your seats, there is nothing that you need to do except open, allow, receive that which you already are. And let us now move into silence. Thank you, and so it is.
Good morning. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see cloud skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I say to myself, What a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. They're also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I've watched them grow. They'll learn love much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you, Ms. Gail. That was wonderful. Hi, friends. Thank you for being here today. It's been a while, huh? Yeah. I'm really glad to be with you today. So thank you for being here and for being you. Thank you for that, because we need that right now. I have a lot that I feel is wanting to be said through me today. So let's get right to it, shall we? I'm going to do something different with how I approach my message today. I'm going to share a few ideas that will seem disjointed and random, and then I'm going to tie them all together for some things that I believe we all really need to hear right now. So point number one, many of you know that I'm in school to become an ordained minister through Unity. I'm already ordained for the last couple of years, not through Unity, another path, and I'm in ministerial school right now. And so we're in our summer term, and for some reason, I decided to take 4 classes. I work full-time. I have 2 girls that are not little anymore, but that doesn't change my role as a parent at all. And so one of the classes that I'm taking is a Nature of Man class, and we're reading a book by scientist and author Greg Braden called The Science of Self-Empowerment, Awakening the New Human Story. The book looks at the story of human evolution and offers insights to help readers discover that we're designed to live extraordinary lives of self-healing, longevity, and deep intuition. He challenges traditional boundaries of science and spirituality, and when it comes to the social issues plaguing us today, he says that we are trying to solve 21st century problems with 19th century thinking. Point number 2. Also in the book, he tells the story of a friend of his who had a desktop computer that was state-of-the-art with all the latest software. As updates were being released for the operating system, she was busy with work and life and didn't take the time to download and install all those little updates. So you know how phone updates go. You start off with version 1, then you have version 1.1, and then 1.2, and then 1.3. Like, who wants to download all of those? For iPhone users, where are we, like iOS 26 or something like that? So for a while, she barely noticed any impact. But when the bigger updates were released over the years, and we're talking a period of like 9 or 10 years here, she didn't do any updates. So when it came time to years, it became a different story. So the same simple thing that she's wanting to do, open a file or edit, became impossible because any new software began looking into her system for features in the previous versions of the updates that it could build upon to continue to do the everyday things that she needed to do. One day it got to the point where her computer completely froze and wouldn't even turn off. And so that's when the problem was found, is because she went years and years without updating her system. The software needed the latest of what she was trying to do by relying on features that were contained in those small updates that unfortunately didn't exist in any of her systems. Point number 3. About two weeks ago, I went to Costco to get some gas. So the Norton Healthcare area, Costco, they redid their gas stations to where the lanes can kind of fit, some lanes can fit 4 cars on the side versus the normal 3. So I pull in, and I'm second in line, but I'm behind a long truck. So with the way that driver, he was at the first stall, and with the way he stopped, I wasn't sure that I would have enough room to get close enough to the pump. So I skipped the pump right after him and went to the third one. Well, I'm almost done with gas, and before I could finish, another driver pulls in, and now he's second in the pump. But the way he pulls in, he blocks me where I couldn't leave. And I got upset. I'm going to just tell y'all. I kind of got pissed off a little bit. And so I went through thoughts of like, why did he do that? Like, couldn't he see he was blocking me? And so like we're on the left side, on the right side were other people getting gas. And you know they leave the lane in the middle, but the tail end of his truck was out in the middle, and so it was totally blocking me. By that time, I had somebody behind me, so I couldn't back up to be able to go around. And so I really lost my peace at the gas station. And I'm like, why did he do that? And I'm like really upset. And then I had an aha moment. I had a moment thinking that something that had happened or was happening shouldn't happen. Point number 5. There are certain species of pine trees whose seeds remain dormant for years. They develop very thick, hard cones that are glued shut by strong resin. And it takes the intense heat of a fire so strong to be able to melt that resin and for the cones to open up and release their seeds. Okay, so here's what I want to do with all that. In our society today, and as a church congregation, perhaps we too are facing issues and challenges using old foundations, old operating systems, and old thinking. What we see in the news, what might be happening in our own personal lives, is like a nightmare. So I started over this past weekend, so that the teenagers are in a retreat in Michigan. So that means Amina's gone. I have like a mommy-free weekend, and I'm sure she's fabulous. She's at the beach, so she's having a great time. So I started watching this series on TV. Not going to tell you what it is because it's violent. We should not be watching the show. However, there was something really deep that I got out of it. So there are characters who are dreams and nightmares, and they're actual characters in this show. where there's a nightmare who goes rogue, and he escapes to the land of the waking. And so when the Lord of the dreaming world finally catches up to him, and he gets on him about like leaving and not fulfilling his purpose. And he says, as a nightmare, your purpose was to be a mirror and to reflect the dark that humanity does not want to face. So, what if what we see happening in the news, what's happening in politics, the wars, the fighting, the things that's happening in this congregation, the things that's happening in our own personal lives, what if its true purpose is to be a mirror and to reflect that which we now need to face and deal with and heal? Beneath what looks like chaos is actually divine awakening. Precious seeds and gifts within each of us that can only open as a result of extreme pressure and intense heat. Have you seen that happen in your own life? Where it takes you getting so upset for you to do the thing that you knew you've been needing to do that. I had a job once where the person who hired me retired, and the new team leaders came on, and unfortunately, they were men of the belief that women didn't have anything to say, and that didn't have value, and didn't have things to add to a conversation. Even though I had been with the company at that time, I had been with the company for 6 years, I was the most senior person on the team, yet I didn't have value. So it took me sitting in meetings and phone calls and people speaking for me and taking credit for my work for me to get so upset to the point where I started choosing myself, where I started to speak my truth regardless of who was hearing it and their capacity to hear it or not. I said it anyway. And whether it ruffled feathers, the feathers needed to be ruffled. I said it anyway. So I ask you this, in things that are coming up and coming out, what if that too is a divine and holy purpose? What if that is God's way of bringing us face to face with that which is not meant for us to carry anymore? That which is not meant for us to be limited by anymore? What if things that are being exposed about institutions and people, what if our collective shadow that is hitting us in the face with things that we have not wanted to face, what is it time for us to tell the truth about? What is it time for you to tell yourself the truth about? You are strong enough. You are courageous enough. You have enough strength. You know enough. All of those things have divine purpose, regardless of how they come packaged. Early New Thought leader Emma Curtis Hopkins has this affirmation that I love, and it says, "This too is good. This too is God. This too is for me, and I demand to see the blessing." That's the kind of thing you got to put your hand on your hip for that one. I demand to see the blessing. So in this difficult period, instead of asking, why is this happening? Or thinking that something shouldn't happen, that the guy at the gas pump shouldn't block me, what if we ask instead, what is this now activating? Because I tell you, what I got out of that moment is priceless. I thank him for doing that. Sometimes life be lifing, don't it? You cruising through, and then shift hits the fan. That is not a typo. Shift hits the fan. What if we find ourselves, and we do in life, we find ourselves in situations and conditions that we didn't choose. We didn't choose it. We didn't ask for it. If someone says, oh, your higher self, I'm like, please. No, I would not have in my right mind chosen this. Author and spiritual teacher Carolyn Myss says, you are in charge of the perceptions you dwell in, not the circumstances, the perceptions. She goes on to say that the single realization that changed everything about how she understands spiritual power is that you are in charge of your perceptions. Circumstances, I believe today, circumstances are exposing fears and traumas. They're exposing our thoughts around our self-worth. They are shaking us up and making us uncomfortable. I had a job where I worked downtown, and it was sort of like a block away from the downtown Y. So I used to go during my lunch hour, and I had it down packed that I could go take a class, take a shower, and be back within my hour. And so the instructor that taught the class, he used to say, get comfortable being uncomfortable. That your growth is not in being comfortable. Your growth is moving through the discomfort. So our circumstances and the situations, the things that are happening, the things that are coming up, they're showing us our unhealed resentments and grudges. Oh my. Another class that I'm in, we're looking at our beliefs and the beliefs that we got from our families, and then we're also doing forgiveness work. Oh my. I need to do that every day. I didn't realize, and I'm not talking necessarily huge things, but stop and think about little aggravations from an ordinary day. An ordinary day. Person that cuts you off in traffic, the barista that doesn't get your order right, like the accumulation of small things that can then take you to blowing up at somebody. Patterns of reaction, learned behaviors. Oh, and get this one that's coming up. Secret habits that don't match who we were now created to be. Sometimes conditions push us to the point where we decide to take a stand even in how we love the wounded. How to still love when someone's wounds is creating harm. I had a brother who was an alcoholic, and he was hard to be around. And he was constantly grumpy. He has since been in recovery for the last 18 months. Things are possible with God. But at the same time, how do you love someone where you see their wounds harming other people, creating hurt and injuries, and getting to the point where you stand and have boundaries? I love you, but I'm not coming for Thanksgiving. Because sometimes we do have to set boundaries, and that is not a bad thing. And I know for me, like I was so professionally groomed to be like responsible and strong and the caretaker, and I had to get to the point where it is not my job to carry everybody else's stuff just because they don't want to carry it. It does not become mine. And just because somebody is asking me to do something, Did they ask, do you even want to? No, they don't sometimes. Oh, you would be so great. Would you do this? Not, would you like to? Do you have time? Oh, I can so see you doing this. No, I don't want to. And then being able to tell myself the truth. To tell myself the truth. No, I do not want to do that. And being able to tell that person the truth. Thank you, and no, I'll pass. With my prayers. When I look back over my own life, what I can tell you was activated in me in the situations that I've moved through and have grown through, things that you don't usually talk about on a Sunday morning, I can tell you that my divorce made me stronger. It made me see that I can live for myself, decide for myself, and I don't need to argue with you because you don't see it. It also made me believe and know I can take care of myself, and I don't need to fight you to get you to accept my feelings and thoughts. I'll be fine by myself, thank you. I've also learned that raising a strong-willed teenager taught me boundaries and prayer and compassion, and also hanging in there during the darkest nights. And being a mother with someone that struggled with depression and anxiety when the other people's children didn't have what my children struggled with. So people thought, oh, you don't look depressed. Meanwhile, the struggle was real in my house. And at the same time, knowing that what we move through activates something within us that would not have happened any other way. And can we thank God for those moments? Those are our infernos, our forest fires that will open up the pine cone seeds that are glued shut and that needs that heat and pressure for us to stop abandoning ourselves for someone else's peace. For us to choose our own peace regardless of whether the other person can find theirs. Us abandoning our peace is not going to help the other person have theirs. If I stop questioning myself, that's where it starts. And if I can heal and work on the things that are within me that I know are not aligned with the highest that I am to be. And I also see that ministerial school is activating gifts that I am now proudly, powerfully standing in. Gifts that people saw 26 years ago. I've been a member of this church for 26 years. Other people saw things in me before I saw it in me. And then slowly, I woke up and smelled the coffee. But I stand in my power now. And can you do that where that is for you? Frustrations having you finding your voice, claiming your voice. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore says, God is not external to anyone. God is the self of every living creature. So tapping the power within, the title of my talk. The power is within. And your power is within you. It is not outside of you. It is the self of you that is most divine and most true. Are you in tune with that self? Where do you need to upgrade your operating system? Where are you being activated to come online? The world cannot heal unless we each do our part. When you are aligned, you can then become a point of coherence in a chaotic field. You don't have to fix the world, but the world is changed by you healing within yourself. So, heads up, it will take all of us. The responsibility of the work isn't meant to be done by a select few people. And I know that this is a pattern that I can hear from the people that have attended. Well, I didn't hear it from people who attended. Let me rephrase. I can tell by the number of people who attended your last healing circle that the work is not meant for just that group of people. It's also including the people who weren't there. I wasn't there. It includes all of us. Everyone is being called to stand up and do the work. So, to wrap this up, everything that comes before us has a divine purpose built into it. You are more than your past, what happened to you, your pain, your situation, your circumstances say about you. And you had a purpose before anyone had an opinion. And regardless of whether those opinions change, your purpose has not. So are you about your Father's business in your own life? So the question to carry home today is not how do I get back to where I was, but who is now trying to emerge from here? And I want to close with sharing a prayer from an author I love, Tosha Silver. She has a book called Change Me Prayers, The Hidden Power of Spiritual Surrender. And it's a book of different prayers for different situations. This particular prayer is for a new cycle. So take a breath with me. Prayer for a new cycle. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows the perfect unfolding is always occurring, even in times of invisible transition. Let me trust that all unseen growth will be known at the right time. Let me have faith in your plan. May I welcome this new cycle as it slowly births. Let me bless its unfolding. May I feel worthy to receive the highest and know my own value. May I be an uplifting force for the good of all. And so it is. Thank you, and so it is.
Hi, everybody. It's different to be up here. Normally, I'm not up here. I'm over there. So this feels very different. I was thinking as Ramisi was talking, she said, if you're uncomfortable, you're growing. And I thought, well, then I'm growing right now. This is great. And I don't need to be any taller, Ramisi. Everybody knows that. I wanted to talk a little about Gail and me because when I first hired her to come here, this is her third time now. That was back when I was doing that. We hadn't performed together for moons. And there's a big long story. We won't go into all that. But I think we met late 70s, very early 80s, somewhere around, right, early 80s.
And we just hooked up, and we became a duo, we became a trio, we became a quartet. We were all over town. We did all of it. Culminating sort of in a big event that took place at the Baumhard Theater in the Fine Arts Center, where we were a part of a thing called Women in Jazz. And so we did our duo then. And then we kind of went our separate ways for decades. And we just sort of got back together, I guess it'll be coming up on a year ago, Christmas. And I saw her at the Christmas, look for that. It's the Louisville Chorus has a Christmas concert. And boy, I went to see that and I thought, wow, she can play even better than back then. She's singing her off. And I just thought, this is great. So then anyway, we're kind of back together. Yeah. I'm not going to guarantee I'll be up here again because this made me very nervous to do this. Okay. When you're down and trouble and you need some love and care, nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a friend. If the sky above you should grow dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon you'll hear me knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do, excuse me, and I'll be there, yes I will. Now ain't it good to know that you got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you and desert you. They'll take your soul if you let them. Ah, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a friend.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't very hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Well, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, yeah, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us.
I'll be there, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the
You
world
got a
will
friend.
be one. Thank you.
All that rehearsal out the window. I forgot my whole part.
You want to grab me? There we go. We now open our hearts to the flow of giving and receiving. You may share your gift as the ushers come forward, or you can give online at unityoflouisville.org. Also by text, by mail, or the QR code on your bulletin, or there's even a code on the screen. However you choose to give, we are grateful. Let us affirm our prosperity proclamation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you. We affirm these gifts of love and know they flow in and through Unity of Louisville, blessing the givers and all of those who receive. We have some announcements to share with you, but I want to bring Judy up first to share hers about the women's retreat coming up.
Hi, everybody. We are so very excited to announce some things about the Women's Retreat. The women's group has been working very hard behind the scenes to get this going. As you know, the retreat is the 14th, 15th, and 16th of August at the Agape Women's Center. We have some great things planned to do there. Linda Luking made a trip out to the retreat center last week and was just totally impressed with everything she saw there. She was able to talk to the people at the retreat center about some things we wanted to do, and they were right on board with us, so we're really looking forward to it. We are currently working on getting a registration form together, so we'll have all that information to Fee, and that will be online. But in the meantime, if you want to make sure that you're part of our group, you can talk to me, you can email me, you can text me, you can talk to Linda. We'll make sure you get on the list. There's a couple different kinds of sleeping arrangements, so that'll all be explained in the registration form with perhaps a little bit different pricing. But we've got all of that going on, and we are just so excited about everything that's happening with the Women's Retreat.
Thank you, Judy, very much. So eventually that'll be on our planning center. They'll be able to go there. So you'll be able to go there and just let us know when we're ready for that, and we'll share that out with everybody. Wonderful, wonderful. We also, reminder, we do our prayer circle at 10:45 if you want to be a part of that, which we do every Sunday morning before just holding love and light in our congregation as we're moving through some of our challenges. Also, Energy Works is today at 12:15. Are you going to do a regular version of that, Gene, or is that going to be abbreviated? Will that abbreviated so that way you'll still be able to join the circle, but also get some of that beautiful energy that they're going to share with you all today. Also, that reminds us the circle. The circle is coming up today, which is building bridges, listening that transform. We're going to take a different path today. We've gotten a lot of it out. Now it's time to start. How do we start healing through things? So this will be a great opportunity. I know Tim and Rhonda, he's a Mankind brother, and they also happen to live 2 doors down from me. So that's very nice. When I found out they were going to do this, I was like, yippee. Thank God we brought them in. So they're just incredible. Let's see here. We have a new member prerequisite class that's going to be this Wednesday. Does it have the time on there for that? 6:30. So I'm very excited. Tracy, our board member Tracy, and I are going to be doing this. It's a very different class than it was in the past, where we just talked about unity history, Charles and Myrtle, about the movement. This is going to be actually, what are the functions for me as a new member? What am I, like, what do I do? What do I show up? What are my responsibilities? What am I going to be a part of? How do I share in voting and everything? So, and we're also going to talk a little bit about what the ministers' roles and functions are, and also the board. So it's really going to be a very interesting class. Please join us. There will be that class on the 17th, and also on the 28th after church. We're going to do that again, so that those people that can't attend on a Wednesday. Pieces Every Step Walking Meditation is on June 17th at 4:30. Legacy of Love, our fabulous group of mature individuals, gets together for good grief support on Saturday, 6/27 at 11. Breaking Bread is on Tuesday, June 30th at Bubba's 33 at 6. The gala is in August on the 1st, and then the women's retreat we just talked about. And then, live streamers, let's don't forget them. We got to bring them in. While I'm doing that, share with you that, let's see here, next week is going to be our own Reverend Jerry doing the talk. Okay, let's see what we got. Carl Jackson says, good morning, everyone. Cindy Dalgarn says, honest and eloquent, Leah, thank you. Leslie Zariki says, morning, Unity family. Colleen Musk says, good morning, Unity friends. Kennedy McStute says, good morning. Ellen Elizabeth Jones says, you are a reflection of God's brilliant light. Cindy also says, thank you. This talk was so rich, and your wisdom, Unity teachings, and divine guidance, I will listen more than once for sure. And Ellen Elizabeth Jones says, divine timing is always perfect. I was the one who saw the experience of the activation and articulation is greater than I imagined. All the love, beloved, all the love. And so good to see you here again, Judy, from Cindy. All right, that's all of our announcements. Now it's time to bless our children, and we do that. Many of them are on a retreat this weekend, so we bless them right where they are. and we say together, let's bless our children. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ light that you are. Will you please stand for our prayer for protection? Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And now let us join in a circle. I think we can do the whole church here today. What do you think? Can we do it? Yes, for our peace song.
They said make sure we don't go in front of that speaker.
Okay.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.
Namaste, y'all.